It was a beautiful morning and Sabrina was cleaning out the stables on a horse farm. Most people thought it was dirty work, but she loved taking care of horses and being with them. Her time at the farm was special and she enjoyed her work. However, in her peaceful life, there was a bit of tension. Michael, the son of Mr. William, the farm owner, often came to the farm with his friend and teased her relentlessly. They couldn't understand why Sabrina preferred horses over their company and laughed at her passion. Usually, she ignored them, but today Michael and his friend went too far. She had reached her breaking point and anger welled up inside her. In a bold move, Sabrina opened the stable of Woe, the farm's most aggressive horse. No one dared to get close to Woe, but Sabrina's frustration drove her to take this risky step. As soon as she did, Michael and his friend ran away from the farm, and Michael, like a scared child, told everything to his father, Mr. William. Mr. William knew it was Michael's fault and that he and his friend had been teasing Sabrina. Yet he told Michael that he would scold Sabrina for her behavior. But Michael wanted revenge. The boys plotted to trick her, planning to deceive her into entering Woe's pen, thinking this would be the perfect payback for her bold action. They had noticed Sabrina deeply focused on a calm horse when the boys spotted their opportunity. One of them approached her, pretending to be concerned about a horse. He fabricated a story about the horse being unwell, not eating, and in need of urgent attention. He sounded convincing, hoping to catch Sabrina off guard. Trusting his words, she followed him toward the pen, unaware of the trap. They'd intentionally kept the horse's identity secret. If they had mentioned it was Wu, the notorious stallion, Sabrina might have taken different steps, seeking advice from the stable owner or calling the vet. But they led her on without revealing the horse's name. As they neared the pen, the other boys hid nearby, eagerly awaiting the outcome. The boy leading Sabrina kept up the act, pretending there was a real emergency. Wu, sensing someone new, grew curious. Thinking she was helping, Sabrina entered the pen, unaware of the prank. Suddenly, the padlock clicked shut behind her. The boys burst into laughter, revealing their prank. As Sabrina realized she had been tricked, the horse, feeling the change in atmosphere, became wary. With the truth out, the boys hastily retreated, leaving Sabrina alone with the massive stallion. As she turned, she found herself face to face with Woe, a magnificent white stallion and the farm's prized possession. Woe was stunning but notorious for his mischievous nature. Many newcomers fell for his charm, only to discover his spirited personality. Despite numerous attempts to tame him, very few succeeded. Mr. William, the farm owner, was the only one who truly obeyed. Sabrina, now more frightened than ever, had originally looked forward to bonding with Woe, but not under these circumstances. Panic gripped her as the stallion approached. Knowing she couldn't outrun him, she scanned her surroundings, desperately seeking an escape route. A memory flashed through her mind. Patrick, one of the stable boys, had once tried to sneak up on Wu from behind as a prank. The stallion had reacted instinctively, delivering a powerful kick that had left Patrick hospitalized for months. Remembering this, Sabrina felt a shiver down her spine. The boys who had tricked her into the pen now stood in a corner, eagerly awaiting the outcome. Fear gripped her heart as she wondered if she might face a similar fate. She briefly considered calling for help, but Mr. William, the only one who could intervene, was away visiting his daughter. This left her completely alone, with the boys showing no remorse for their prank. Faced with the daunting pen, Sabrina briefly considered trying to climb over it, but its height seemed insurmountable. Sensing her desperation, the boys exchanged glances, clearly enjoying their victory. Sabrina understood the seriousness of her situation and knew that any sudden movement could trigger Wu's defensive instincts. Despite their size and strength, horses are highly sensitive creatures that respond keenly to body language. Drawing on her knowledge of horse behavior, she managed to stay calm as Wu closed in. Sabrina took a deep breath, recalling her training. Instead of succumbing to panic, she adopted a posture of calm resolve. Ignoring the boys' taunts to provoke the horse, she stood firm, relying on her determination. Intrigued, Wu approached cautiously, his ears flicking forward with curiosity. As he drew nearer, Sabrina remained still, avoiding sudden movements or direct eye contact. Sensing an opportunity to connect, she extended her hand and gently stroked his head while speaking softly. To her surprise, Wu responded with unexpected gentleness. The boys were astonished as Wu allowed Sabrina to approach without aggression. Their anticipated laughter turned to disbelief when the stallion did something truly extraordinary. He lowered his head, inviting Sabrina to mount him. Onlookers gasped as she accepted this invitation with a mixture of apprehension and excitement. With great care, she climbed onto his back, feeling the power of his muscular frame beneath her. Riding together, Sabrina experienced an exhilarating rush. Doubts and fears were swept away by the wind as she and Wu forged a bond of trust that transcended mere companionship. Upon their return, they were greeted with newfound respect. The boys who had once ridiculed her now looked on in awe, recognizing the special connection she had with the horses. Unbeknownst to the pranksters, Sabrina and Wu had encountered each other before. During one of her quiet observations of the stallion, Will had cautiously approached her out of curiosity. Sensing the delicate moment, Sabrina had remained perfectly still, hoping Will would recognize her sincerity. In that brief encounter, she realized that her dedication to the horses had not gone unnoticed. After their ride, Sabrina approached the stable boys with newfound confidence. She shared with them her deep love for the horses and explained how the stables were her sanctuary, a place where she found peace and fulfillment. Surprisingly, her words touched the boys' hearts, causing them to reconsider their actions. They began to see things from her perspective and developed a newfound respect for her passion and commitment. In the days that followed, Sabrina and the stable boys forged an unlikely friendship. Initially skeptical of each other, they gradually bonded over their shared responsibility for caring for the horses. Together, they created an atmosphere of camaraderie and mutual respect within the stables. For Sabrina, working in the stables took on a deeper significance as she discovered the power of understanding and shared experiences. Each passing day strengthened the bond between them, transforming the once troublesome boys into trusted friends. Ultimately, Sabrina's unwavering dedication and love for the horses won over even the most skeptical of the stable boys. Together, they built a community of trust and mutual respect within the stables, where horses and humans thrived side by side. The stables became a place of harmony, where Sabrina's journey continued to unfold, filled with new adventures and endless possibilities.